creatures of the night. It's your girl Tati. Let's talk about AEW Rampage. It's mid once again, but obviously we got some new developments and things that we can discuss here. We did start it off with a 3-way trios match, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't catch that at first, and I thought this was just some weird 6-man tag situation until a few minutes in I realized, oh, this is a 3-way, and nothing wrong with a 3-way. Now, we have Brian Keith, Penta, and Commander in one team. We had Top Flight and Action Andretti on another team. And we had Matt Sydal teaming with Private Party, which kind of felt a little bit random. I just don't understand. Private Party, they are heels. Matt Sydal is like the perfect baby face. I don't know where that came from, but whatever. He complements their style anyway. The match was pretty decent. Good for a opening match, and it got the crowd hype or whatever, but I'm not gonna lie, this just felt really thrown together. Brian Keith with Penta and Commander, it's not the worst little mashup you've ever seen, but it almost feel like, well, how the fuck did we get here with this little team? I don't know, just felt a little bit strange to me. I could have just gone with just Top Flight with Action Andretti versus Private Party and Matt Sydal, and I think that would have been just fine. But it's still great to see the other 3 opponents. Commander, I'm a little over you right now because, I don't know, I'm not going to get into it. And yes, Commander, Penta, and Brian Keith does take the win. I know we got more of a Private Party and Top Flight situation going on, which I'm hoping to see would continue to play out, perhaps at the pay-per-view. I don't know. It doesn't feel like we have a complete stacked pay-per-view for Revolution, but the match was decent. You know, if you got a little bit of time and you want to spend another hour of wrestling, I know a lot of people was tuning into the TNA pay-per-view, and congratulations to Mustafa Ali for winning his first singles title since 2015. I know it sounds like I'm lying saying that, but it's absolutely true. But that's another topic for another video. But still great match, great, opener or whatever, but we just need booking that makes a little bit more sense. Now after this, we do have Saraya, who's obviously pissed off about Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker being a thing right now. Harley Cameron is just there for the ride or whatever, and she's just talking about how her family's been like a huge thing with pro wrestling, and now her brother's all elite, and if Ruby would have just fell in line and did what she was told, she could have gotten with her brother. And I'm just like, well, what the hell? Are you playing matchmaker or something with your brother? No thank you. Talking about he's the most eligible bachelor and all that shit. And I was like, no, he's not. But anyway, he is all elite, and I'm actually really excited to see that. He has been in Ring of Honor. He's had some matches in Ring of Honor, and I thought, all right, it's going to take a few months before he's all elite, and that shit happened within weeks. Up next, we have the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson versus Johnny Lyons and Cappuccino Jones. If y'all watch reality wrestling, you guys know exactly who these two guys are. The crowd was absolutely feeling Cappuccino Jones and Johnny, and they were cheering for them, and I'm guessing they were like in their home area. I'm not sure. Whatever the situation is, I wouldn't be caught dead cheering for the Bucks either. Now, this was a squash. The Bucks just end up winning this match, and to be honest, like, they're not looking strong going into the pay-per-view. These matches that they've had so far have only been squash situations. Sure, they attack Sting and his kids, but I mean, like, what else is there to add on? I don't know. Now, after this, they do have the little promo. They tell Tony Schiavone to bring his lame ass up to the ring, and they gave him a $25 gift card for his little, for all the little troubles that they put him through last week. And they're talking about, how they ruined their $5,000 suits with blood and all that stuff. And thank God they wasn't wearing that shit again. Oh, and I forgot to mention, with a little squash match, they end up taking the win with the Tony Khan driver, the TK driver. And I'm just like, you know what? I've heard it all. Very interesting that they named a move after Tony Khan. But, after that, them with the promo, I just didn't really care about it. I understand they're doing that whole EVP thing and basically going based off what other people think of them, which is the fans. I get it. And I guess it should be working in terms of them being a heel. But I'm just not entertained. If y'all really want to look strong going into this pay-per-view, y'all should be going in the ring with some top-notch tag teams and stop going to squash situations. I think the only situation that they went through was with Top Flight, and that was probably the best thing that they've done in quite a long time. And that's just still not enough going against Sting and Darby at the Revolution pay-per-view. And if they get the titles after doing damn near nothing, I'm not gonna be happy about that. So now we're back from commercial break, and it's Tony Schiavone as in the ring going to interview Sammy Guevara. Sammy comes out talking about how Jeff is his childhood hero and he broke his nose and all this foolishness. I don't want to hear any of this shit. I don't want to hear not a damn thing from Sammy Guevara for the millionth time trying to be over as a babyface. Bruh, it's just not happening. It's not happening at all. But then here comes Uncle Don to put us out of our misery. And then he says something so hilarious that I lost my shit. When I heard him say this. He said to Sammy, the only thing that you've done in the past 6 months is reproduce. But that's nothing to be proud of because dogs can do it too. And when he said that, I lost my mind. I just thought that was absolutely insane. If somebody had told that to me, I probably would cry. But hearing someone say it to Sammy, it was funny. Now, while he's doing the talking and distracting Sammy, here comes Powerhouse Hobbs going to attack Sammy. However, Sammy knew what was coming to begin with, and it seemed like he was about to have the upper hand. But unfortunately for Sammy, we do have Powerhouse Hobbs who able to put a beat down on him, and Hobbs and Uncle Don are standing tall over Sammy. By the end of that segment, we do have the two of these guys going against each other at the Revolution pay-per-view. Powerhouse Hobbs, you better win that match. I don't want to see anything else. Now, we had a little backstage promo with Julia Hart and Sky Blue, and they're like in like the darkness, and they're talking about how they're upset. Sky Blue's talking about how upset she was about Will Nightingale, Chris Statlander, and Stokely Hathaway causing her to lose her match. And somebody's gonna pay for her losing her match. And basically they got some open graves waiting for the three of them, and she's waiting to take on anybody who's willing to step up. I really love the presentation of that video from the two of them. It gave me like tag team vibes where I was just like, holy shit, I wouldn't mind seeing some female tag teams in AEW. I just don't know if that's something that's going to be long term. But don't be surprised if at the pay-per-view, Julia Hart is not putting that TBS title on the line and instead teaming up with Sky Blue versus Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander. I think that's the route they're going. Up next, we had the ladies in action. We have Mariah May versus Anna Jay. Obviously, Mariah May was going to take the win. They do have a decent match. My issue is that they have not been booking Anna Jay consistently. It's just... I just don't understand. Like, y'all trying to put her over or not? I have no clue what they're doing. I feel like when it comes to AEW, they don't know, who to put over at what times, and they don't stay consistent with it. And you'll see quite a few wins with Anna, and then she'll lose to someone that they really, really want to put over. And then she goes back to having somewhat of a little bit of a winning streak, and it's just like, hey, y'all pushing her or not? Like, what's going on here? I don't understand. Tony Khan, get it to fucking together. After this, we have Renee Paquette backstage with Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they look so cute together. Oh my god, isn't Ruby a lesbian or am I tripping? But whatever, they look cute together. And I was just actually wondering, like, are they gonna go with Saraya versus Ruby at Revolution? I don't know, because it already seems like, well, we got the women's title on the line. It looks like maybe we'll get a tag team with, Julia and Sky versus Willow and Statlander. So what's one more women's match on the card? If they ended up pushing this match to go another time, I guess that would be okay too. That's probably the route that they're going. By the time they finish with that little interview with Renee, they were out to go on another date. And you know what? I could use a date too. And for our main event, we had Roderick Strong versus Jake Hager. Jake Hager comes out, with like a jersey and his little usual getup. And he comes out with some mascot, which is like a bull, a blue little cute fat bull. It's kind of cute, whatever. They come out together. He comes into the ring, take off that jersey, and he's taped the fuck up with kinesio tape. And I'm just like, you haven't wrestled since when? And you taped up like this? Like, what's going on? Like, it just feel a little bit strange. Whatever. He has a decent match with Roderick, and I already knew, I said this in my review the other day, that there's just no way that Jake Hager was going to take the win. Like, and I felt like that was not a good call to put Jake Hager to go against Roderick. Roderick is obviously going for the international title. He needs to look strong going into that pay-per-view. He does not need any losses, especially a week before the pay-per-view. So it didn't seem likely that he was going to lose anyway. And for me, I'm just like, well, we haven't seen Jake Hager for a long time. He was absolutely doing not a damn thing in the JAS, and now he has an opportunity to come back fresh and make a name for himself. And while I did enjoy his performance in the ring, I still felt like he should not have taken a loss here. Y'all could have taken him to go against someone else and put Roderick in the ring with another person that actually can afford the loss. So in my opinion, that predictability kind of killed it for me, and it was what it was. There was a part here where the Kingdom is bullying that little bull mascot, whatever he is. And then here comes Orange Cassidy, Captain Saberho, coming to save the bull. Now, you know you over as fuck with the company if you over here saving mascots. Orange Cassidy is doing it all in AEW, and I am so over it at this point. But it is what it is. He comes out, helps the mascot, and he ends up getting into the ring with the Kingdom, which was a big distraction for the referee. And from there, that's when Roderick Strong had to take advantage and end up taking the win over Jake Hager. The match was decent, but I've seen better. It is what it is. I don't feel like Jake Hager should have been in that situation to begin with. But I hope that we're going to continue to see him on a consistent basis, not just have one match and then come back in another few months or whatever the situation is. Tony Khan is just not making the best out of everyone on the roster, especially when you have two promotions. You got Ring of Honor, you have AEW, and AEW has 3 nightly shows where you can have damn near everybody on your roster doing something, or rotating them every few months to be doing something. Some people we haven't seen in months, over a year, or whatever the situation is, collecting checks at home, collecting checks in catering. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what's going on. Tony Khan, you didn't win that Booker of the Year thing that they did with Dave Meltzer's little award show. So I don't know if you're over there upset about it, but don't be upset about it. Be better about it for 2024. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back with a watch along for Collision. I'm going to review after that. See ya.